Hi everyone, this is Julianne Victoria and Mini-Me here doing another unboxing first impressions, sort of first impressions, and I'll explain that, and walkthrough of the fifth tarot. So it is still in its cellophane wrapping. I took it out of the packaging, the shipping packaging, of course. So the fifth tarot, Alchemy of the Five Elements, has a fifth suit. Now, this was a Kickstarter I backed last year, and it just came in. But I was first introduced to this deck 3 years ago. The creators of this deck came to the local tarot circle meetup that I'm a part of, the meetup group, and that is because they live not too far away, not super close. I think it's like a little over an hour, hour and a half away. So there's sort of local deck creators as well. So during that meetup, they introduced the deck. We worked with the deck. We worked with all the 5 elements. It was really great. It was amazing. I had the opportunity to buy the deck then. I decided to wait a bit because I was actually pregnant at the time, and it was actually really difficult for me to work with the cards and the images. Like, it was just too much to take on, and it just made me feel more nauseous. So I decided not to get it then. Later on, I don't know, maybe a year and a half later, maybe 2 years later, I looked to buy it and it was sold out. And then last year they came out with the Kickstarter for a second edition. So I'm very excited to have this now. Been wanting this obviously for about 3 years. So I'm going to read the back just to give you a rundown of this deck, and then we'll open it up and look through. So the fifth tarot reaffirms our oneness with the 5 elements: fire, water, air, earth, and ether. And I really resonate with the 5 elements. Like, I have a Vastu altar based on the 5 elements and so on. This represents in the suits of fire, shells, feathers, stones, and lotuses. So lotuses are for ether, so that would be the extra suit. The fifth suit of ether represents consciousness, energy, and brings forward aspects of our multidimensionality. The major arcana are attuned to the new archetypes emerging in our consciousness. The court cards reflect a progression of knowledge and understanding in the mastery of the elements. Each card has a powerful energetic vibration to help access one's inner wisdom. Working with the alchemy of the elements can assist in manifesting your dreams and creating harmony in your life. The fifth tarot is a powerful tool for transformation and insight into our multidimensional gifts and possibilities. Okay, so I did slip this somewhere. There we go. Let's get this open. So this actually came in a few days ago. So it's a 2-part box. There's no thumb holes, but it came off just fine. That's the inside. No, don't touch that, please. Thank you. She's got pens in her hands. Let's take it out. So it comes with a pretty substantial little white book. The cards are bigger than standard tarot size. Can I borrow your card for a minute? 1 sec. So Mini-Me's coloring her copy of The Wild Unknown. So you can see that's a little bit bigger than standard tarot size. So there is a nice little white book. I think it did come, or you had the option to get a bigger book, because I remember the bigger book from the meetup 3 years ago. But I decided just to go with the little white book. So let's see, let's start at the beginning. I'm always flipping through too quick. So it starts with the major arcana. You get a small picture with a description. So 1 page per card. And then the minor arcana, a little description of the suits, and same thing, a little picture, black and white, and 1 page. And then in the back, let's see, little intro to tarot readings, some spreads. So Earth, Moon, Sun spread, the 5th spread, a double pentacle spread, and a little appendix with the glyphs, little charts, and the deck creators. Okay, so a pretty decent little white book. Okay, so let's look through the cards. We're going to take the little thing off there. So this is the back, which you already saw. It is gold matte edging. It's not super shiny. It looks a little shiny as I hold it up, but it's that maybe slightly shiny, but it's that nice matte edging. I really love that. Okay, so of course there's an extra suit, so that means there are 14 extra cards, so 88, 92 cards in this deck, so it's pretty thick to hold up. But let's do a flip through. I love that High Priestess, Emperor. So as you can see, it's multicultural so far, from what I recall it is. Yes, beautiful strength card, I love that. Hermit. Beautiful. And the it's not super thick, which is nice because it's a thicker deck overall with extra cards. That's going to make it hopefully riffle shuffleable. Cosmic Man for the Hanged Man. I like that.
2 browns.
I'll try not to do too much commentary, but it's been 3 years since I've seen this deck.
I got 2 browns.
You got 2 browns, yes. Star. Ooh, crop circle for the Sun. Realization for Judgment. The Universe for the World. And then the Suit of Fire. That says creativity. So there are keywords. 4 of Fire. Okay, we had to pause for a moment. So I was saying, I can see little hints of other systems in this deck, but it is definitely very unique, which I love about it. Radiance for 10 of Fire.
Look, I got 2
So Shells
gray
is
ones.
water.
Look, I got 2 gray ones.
Celebration. Yeah.
This is a white dagger.
Definitely a, not just because there's a 5th element, but sort of a system all in itself. But again, I see little hints of other systems in here, but barely. So Feathers is the air suit. Optimism, 6 of Feathers. 7 of Feathers, balance. So 7 of Swords is a card I've actually grown to really bond with over the past year because it had come up quite a bit for various reasons. So to see 7 of Feathers, balance, that's very meaningful for me. Okay. Solar Logos. Wow. And then stones is earth or pentacles or coins. And I know some people don't like keywords on cards, but this deck, it's like, because it's so unique, I kind of like the keywords. For the most part, keywords don't bother me. There's been a couple decks where I've sent them on. Okay, another disruption. Mini-Me decided to set up on the other side of the table now. Okay, so back to where I was. I forget what I was saying now. Well, let's just keep going through our flip through. 9 of Stones. Oh, I was talking about keywords. Yeah, there's been a couple of decks that I passed them on, but for the most part, I don't mind keywords. So Lotuses is the ether. Let me go back to that, as I was blabbering on. So Ace of Lotuses, or Ace of Lotus, expansion. 2 of Lotus, empathy. 3 of Lotus, multi-being. 4 of Lotus, crystallization. 5 of Lotus, shape-shifting. I love that. 6 of Lotus, oneness. 7 of Lotus, divine blueprint. 8, interconnectedness. Perfect number for that. 9, transcendence. 10 of Lotus, enlightenment. And then we go into the court cards. So Seeker would be Page energy. Let me look in the guidebook. I want to check on that. The courts. What are their correlations? A seeker or neophyte. So seeker is Page. Initiate, call to action. So the Knights, Apprentice, the Queen. Puts the newfound gifts and wisdom into practice. And Elementer, the King, energy, self-mastery. Yeah. Okay. So Seeker of Fire. Initiate. Beautiful Phoenix there. Apprentice. And Elementor. Shells is cups or water. You know, I can kind of see this working with the Vision Quest Tarot. It kind of has a similar vibe, especially with the Native American imagery. So the air suit or swords. And because this has its own unique system, you know, I'm equating that for people watching or trying to figure out, you know, what suits they are. But when a deck is very unique, yeah, when a deck is very unique, you kind of then start to work with it for what it is. Elementor of Stones. Seeker of Lotus, Initiate of Lotus, Apprentice of Lotus. Oh, I like that. And the Elementor of Lotus. Okay, so that is the 5th tarot flip through. Let's do a quick shuffle, and we'll pull one card just to, so shuffling this way. Nice. It has a very soft matte finish, which I like that as well. And it's a thick deck. Let's see how it riffles. Let's see if I can. Here, you get all my ladybugs today. Lucky ladybugs. Yeah, that. Some people might call this a very thin cardstock, but for a deck that has this many cards, for riffle shufflers, it's nice. It's very nice.
It's a boy.
Okay.
Just a boy.
And we'll pull one card and read the guidebook.
Just a boy.
Yeah. So we get Initiate of Lotus. Beautiful. So let's see what it says in the guidebook for that. And so that would be sort of Knight of Lotus. Oops. Skipped a page. There we go. The book is stiff, so to read it, gotta bend it. Okay. So, Initiate of Lotus. The initiate invites you to the feet of the master to receive her blessings of unconditional love. Surrendering the ego self and trusting the higher self is key to expanding who you are. For your greatness lies in your humbleness. See all others as aspects of the divine. From a place of compassion, unconditional love will blossom in your heart. Experience the bliss and joy that are the outflowing of selfless service. This is the path of the guru within. So lovely. Oh, and the bottom card, the High Priestess that I like so much. Let's read her because it caught my eye. All right, High Priestess. Okay. So it says, High Priestess, intuitive wisdom, mysteries of the sacred. Can you give me a minute? Thank you. The High Priestess is the dreamer, the visionary, the oracle, the initiator into the mysteries of the sacred. Her steady gaze invites you to let go of your conscious thoughts of what you think you know. She invites you to surrender to the mystery of the subconscious that you might retrieve the wisdom you carry within. The High Priestess brings the receptive energy of the feminine. She is a sacred vessel whose stillness guides you to listen to your inner voice to find the truth you seek. Lovely. Okay, that is my unboxing, sort of first impressions, flip through card pool of the 5th Tarot, Alchemy of the 5 Elements. All right, everyone, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Share this with someone whom you think might be interested in the deck, and I'll see you back here soon.